Welcome to another FafNir guide. Today's guide is about Maliss. It's a combination of malware, a kind of computer virus, and Alice, referring to Alice in Wonderland. As you can see in their names, and also the naming of their trap cards is some kind of virus naming. Let's not waste any more time because there are a lot of things that I need to cover about this deck. We are going to start with a quick guide to link summon and link monsters, since Maliss is a Cyberslink based deck. This is for beginners. You can skip this part if you already get used to it. Next is Maliss deck profile, something that I rarely done in FafNir guide. The last time I did it is in my old branded guide, and don't forget to check it out. It's not outdated yet. And the rest are decklist, combo section, and some tips and tricks that you don't want to miss out. Let's get right into it. Link summon and link monsters are the latest summoning method introduced in Yu-Gi-Oh! And the reason we have 2 extra monster zones on the field. A dark blue card with hexagonal patterns, lacks levels and defense numbers, and is always in face-up attack position. And because it has no defense, any changes in card position do not affect link monsters, for example Baguska. Instead, they have link rating down here, which determine how many monsters use as material to link summon the card. The card also has arrows pointing in all 8 directions, with red arrows indicate the active direction. Total active arrows determined by the number of the link rating the card have. Link monsters can only be summoned first into one of extra monster zone. Once one extra zone occupied, the other one will be reserved for other player. If you are about to summon another link monsters, while you already occupy one, you must summon it to your monster zone where the current link monster points to, which is either of this 3 monster zone. If the current link monster don't have any arrows that pointed downwards like this, then you must use that link monster as the material and summon it again to the extra zone. Link summon involves sending material to the graveyard and summoning a link monster, similar to how Synchro Summon works. Link 1 requires 1 material, while Link 2 requires 2 materials. For Link 3 and above, normally you use 3 monsters, but can also use a Link 2 monsters and 1 other monster to summon it. Because Link rating also determine the amount of monster material this card possess. If you're about to summon Link 4, you can use 2 of Link 2 monster to summon them. Or Link 3 plus 1 other monster. Again, it depends on the requirements. If a Link 3 stated to use 3 monsters, then you must exactly use 3 monsters to summon it. Any Link 2 will count as 1 monster for that Link summon. So the point of Link summon is to keep upgrading and summon higher Link rating monster. The higher the Link rating is, the more busted that card effect is. If any Link monsters have their arrow pointing each other like this, it's called co-linked. There are some monster that have an effect available if they co-linking to another Link monsters. Not a lot of Link monster have that kind of effects, but for Maliss deck is very important because we gonna utilize Firewall Dragon to the fullest. That's all for the Link Summon quick guide. Next is the Maliss deck profile. This is important for you to utilize this deck to the fullest. It's a very strong deck, but it's hard to master, similar to how Branded is. This deck specialty is banishing, which also benefit them by banishing their own cards, similar to Kashtira. Each of Maliss monsters, including the extra deck, have similar trigger effects. It's their key component to play this deck, similar to how Tearlament's trigger effects. They can special summon themselves whenever they got banished. It's hard once per turn, requires you to keep track which Maliss already use it, and avoid banishing them, or else they will remain banished. This means Maliss must be outside the banish zone, typically in a graveyard, for a play to occur. Thus, Maliss is a banished deck that necessitates the use of both the banish zone and graveyard as an extension of their hand. So playing graveyard floodgate like Macros and Dimension Fisher is not a choice. The deck's end board is predominantly trap cards with empty monster zones, making board-breaking cards like Raigeki, evenly matched, Kaiju, or Droplet are powerless against this deck. On top of that, they can also play around most generic hand traps in this game. You see my point here? These just show how strong and how dominating this deck is in Master Duel format.
But wait! There's more!
Each of Maliss girls except Whitebinder have a granted effects that I think a lot of people neglect and underestimate it. A lot of people neglect it because it requires a proper card placement, and it takes times to do that. That's why the manual card position setting is a must if you want to play Maliss. So please place your cards wisely. Here are their granted effects. One last thing about Maliss is their trap cards can be activated the same turn it's set on the field, but it requires to banish a Maliss monster you control, which going to benefit them even more. That's all for the deck profile. The rest I'm just going to show you in the combo section. Here are two deck lists for you, TERAHERTZ variant and non-TERAHERTZ variant. TERAHERTZ variant is the strongest dominating variant of this deck, but the non-TERAHERTZ is more like a sustainable variant since this is a control deck. This variant can extend their combo in case shit happens. Maliss itself is already strong without any other splashed engine in it, so they just use the rest of extra deck slots as a tool to counter mirror match or play through most of disruptions. I will show each of the tools that Maliss can use in the combo section.
Introducing Untap.gg, an awesome companion app for any online trading card games like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, even Hearthstone. It has so many great features that are very helpful. Tracking cards for your deck in real time, listing cards in both grave in real time. It also reminds you how many summons both of you and your opponents done, and many more. But the best feature that this app offers, it can automatically build your deck in mere seconds. Just copy any deck list from Untap website, or you can also copy a YDKE list from any other source. Click this green button down there and let the app do the work. So what are you waiting for? Use my referral link and download untap.gg right now.
If you are on budget, here is Maliss Budget 2.0 that I come up with. A slight tweak from the previous budget version, and it also slightly cheaper. In the combo section, there are some combo that budget version cannot perform, so I will mark which one is budget combo and which one is not. Let's start from Dormouse, the best one-card starter in this deck. Activate Dormouse, banish Hare, and retrieve it. Summon Decoder and summon Hare by banishing Dormouse. Dormouse revive herself and then link summon into red Ransom. Chain link 1 Ransom and chain link 2 Decoder. This will chain blocking Ash Blossom. Because this is your first search from deck effect in this combo, your opponent probably gonna Ash Blossom red Ransom right away. Summon Decoder and add Underground. This is your 5th summon and Nibiru should have dropped here, because we are about to summon Apollousa right after this. This is the reason why Apollousa and Link Decoder got banned in TCG. Unlike other deck that have to utilize Fiendsmith engine to do that, this deck could make Apollousa this early on its own, stressing your opponent to use their hand traps as early as they can. Activate Underground, banish Mirror, and activate it. Banish Ransom from grave and add Rabbit. Ransom revive herself and banish Cat. Cat banish Rabbit, draw 2, and Rabbit revive herself. Set GWC from deck. Link off both Cat and Rabbit into Splash Mage and resummon any Maliss. Link off both into White Binder. This is where you need to keep track which Maliss already used their revive effects. Since all of them already use it, we don't need to banish anything. Or if your opponent have any key cards in their graveyard, you can banish them instead. Now activate GWC, banish Binder, and summon any Maliss from grave. Binder revive herself and draw 1. Activate Binder effect and reset GWC from graveyard. Now you can have 3 choices here. Either you summon Heart's Cryptor and have another banish effect, or TERAHERTZ and have 1 spell trap negate and another targeting negate, or Firewall Dragon plus Lingeribo that can return at least 3 cards back to hand and a trap negate. For this, I'm going Summon Cryptor instead. If you notice I made a mistake here, I should have Summon Cryptor right below any Link monster I have in the extra zone. Remember that Heart's Cryptor have a granted effects, so start utilize that. Here are your disruptions. Keep in mind when activating Binder, you can also banish opponent's card in their graveyard. Means Binder can also become some form of disruptions if activate properly. Banish any Maliss including Ransom and revive all of them to field. Make sure to keep 1 field empty for another summon. Ransom banish another rabbit from deck and revive her, set MPT from deck. With this you get 1 banish from Cryptor and 1 banish from MTP with a cost of banishing your own Maliss on field. When activating MTP, make sure to banish any Maliss that haven't used their revive effect yet, so they can revive back after. If you banish Whitebinder, you will get another 1 card draw from deck. So basically you are drawing for a total 4 cards doing this combo. If you notice, my card placement is sucks here, and so before we continue to the next combo, I'm going to show you possible good card placement you can do with this deck. Here if you have any link monster other than Maliss in the extra zone. Hare can be replaced with Dormouse if you want to protect your link from destruction. You can also mirror this into the other side of the zone. Here if you have Cryptor on your extra zone. Here if you have Firewall Dragon in the monster zone. Best placement for Firewall Dragon is always at the bottom of extra zone, but it's not that easy to accomplish. Another firewall setup but with Lingery Bow. Since Lingery Bow point to left side, you must occupy the right extra zone. With this firewall can return at least 2 cards. Sadly Cryptor can be negated, but that's not the priority here. No matter what, always make sure Ransom have any monster on her right or left. It swapped opponents' attack and defense. It give you an advantage in battle phase against big attack monsters with low defense numbers. Next, Dormouse versus Nibiru. Similar to previous combo, you can choose either Firewall or TERAHERTZ. If you choose Firewall, I would prefer to keep Ransom in the middle and summon Firewall on either of her side. It's just funny how a Firewall and a ransomware works together, while in real life they f each other. Next, Dormouse without Decoder. We know that sooner or later Decoder will get banned, so here's the future-proof combo. future-proof Dormouse TERAHERTZ line. Dormouse plus Bystial. You can get your Hare back if you activate Firewall Dragon effect here, as long as your Firewall Dragon are co-linked with other link monster. You can also do this combo when your Dormouse gets Imperm. Dormouse versus MaxxC or Fualos. Here, a simple combo that can get you at least 2 disruptions under MaxxC. For Fualos, you will give them 2 cards, but for MaxxC, you will give them 4 cards. Here are your disruptions. Here is Dormouse combo under Droll. It can be used against MaxxC or Fualos. Next is Rabbit combo, Rabbit version 1. Rabbit version 2. Rabbit version 3. For this version, instead of having Cryptor, you get Apollousa. Rabbit version 4 TERAHERTZ line. Rabbit future-proof firewall line. Rabbit future-proof TERAHERTZ line. This combo is risky because if your opponent have Bystial on their hand, they can hold into it until end phase and banish White Binder. And you can't resummon her next turn because you waste your GWC to summon TERAHERTZ. If that's happened, you must banish Cryptor with Hare next turn and reshuffle Binder back to extra deck if possible. Rabbit Self Droll combo. Next is Cat combo. Chessy Cat always requires 2 cards combo. Cat plus MTP 7. Future-proof Cat plus MTP 7. Cat plus TB 11. Cat plus TB11 Apollousa line. Future-proof Cat Plus TB11. Cat plus Rabbit. I'm just showing you this combo as an option. You can actually just do basic Rabbit combo, and after you get Hare on your hand, you can banish Cat with Hare and you summon Cat to field anyway. Cat plus Dormouse. Cat plus Hare or Bestial. Underground or Gold Sarco combo. Future-proof Underground or Gold Sarco combo. Underground or Gold Sarco Self-Droll combo. Alright, that's all the combo that I can provide. Next is tips and tricks for Maliss. Before we start any play, whenever you have the trap MTP or GWC, make sure to set it first. So whenever your opponent about to Imperm or even Ghost Ogre your Maliss girls, you can chain the trap, banish the targeted Maliss right away, and get another resource from deck. Even though you don't have either of them, I suggest to set any of spell or trap you have, turning it into a mind game whether your opponent going to Imperm it or not. Chessy Cat granted effects is another form of banishing, so if you are out of way to banish, you can summon Cat where any of Maliss link monsters are pointing to. That way, any monster that destroyed by that Maliss link will be banished instead. MTP 7. Whenever you are about to activate MTP that just being set there in the same turn, you will need to banish Maliss monster as a cost to activate. But then, MTP effects that can banish another one card on the field requires you to control a Maliss link monster, which means this won't work if you only control one Maliss. You must have at least 2 Maliss on the field and one of them must Maliss link monster. So by the time it resolve, make sure to banish a non-link Maliss monster to fully utilize MTP 7. Nightmare monsters can be used to take out Floodgate early, for example Chaos Hunter. Dharc Charmer for mirror match, so you can easily make red ransom by stealing one of their Maliss. Link Spider to convert Nibiru token into a Cybers monster, so you can summon Splash Mage with it. Accesscode Talker can be used for going second, destroy cards while also banishing a Maliss from grave. And lastly, there is another combo, which is Griffin Lock combo, that I don't really suggest because it's not really healthy for the game, and it's risky to hand traps. I prefer you don't ever do this combo, because Maliss itself is already strong enough to dodge most of generic hand traps in this game. So please, once again, do not do this combo. Well, that's what my friend said, so if you want to try it out, you can slow down this clip by yourself. Alright, that's all for it. I hope you like this guide. Please give a like, subscribe, and share it, and see you next time.